fudge, frick, flippin'. And instead of the S word, you can say shoot or shiznit. Hell is now heck. The D word is now darn, dang, or doggone. Religious swearing
A doggone fool.
for God, Jesus, and holy S is gosh, goodness, and G's. How do you swear but not cuss? Balderdash. William Shatner, corn nuts, Jane Abbott, son of a monkey, barnacles, holy cow, you want a stick?
Fantastic.
I'm dying.
That's a lot better.
Okay.
It's a lot further back.
Which word are you wanting to use?
Honestly, I'm probably just gonna go with blasted.
Balderdash!
I'm gonna use balderdash. Start recording.
Okay.
I think, I need to make sure this is using the correct microphone.
Alright, I've got my big girl pants on, ready to do this. Shorts, really, but...
This is a really deep chair.
I can get you a different... That chair. You want this chair? I'll even sit in that chair. Yeah, let's do different chairs. I'll sit in this chair, you can have that chair, and I'll move that chair back.
Okay.
I think we're good. I think this is a good position for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet.
Perfect. Absolutely flawless. I'm tired, okay? This is what you get.
Oh, this is going to be a grand time. Oh, yeah, also, I do need to give you a heads up. My Joy-Cons have really bad drift.
I got my Switch.
I can sync yours to my Switch. So, Softy just asked how we're doing. Or how it's going.
I'm so great. I'm so fantastic. I'm on sugar and coffee and, like 3 hours of sleep because insomnia, so it's fine. Probably 4 hours of sleep at most.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dodo code is... He's typing. He's doing his best.
You think he could lose some weight in the thorax section here?
No, he's fine.
So we could reach it closer? No? Okay.
Listen, all of the villagers' arms are too short. They can't.
So it's just like the villagers' arms are like more like it's like this basically.
I mean, yeah.
Well, don't.
Like when you do T-Rex arms as a kid,
Like-
that is it. That's it exactly.
I'ma just. Yay! Save the town.
Off to a great start already.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah, I've been recording.
Awesome. This is gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. Friend, did you find where I am? Things have changed since you went into the manor. People came looking for you too, but you're not where I am. Where are we? Don't worry. I think you'll be coming back soon, though. Just be on your guard, friend. There are things out there that would delight in hurting you. Please hurry. I'm counting on you. Haley.
You wake with a start. Bright lights blind you as you rub your eyes into focus. You gaze around and realize that you're in the Rosewood airport, though it is eerily quiet. It takes you a few moments before you remember what you were doing here. Your last memory was of the manor with that maze of rusted bars and those impossible rooms. It doesn't make sense. You explored the mansion, right? How did you end up back here? You remember having a vision of 3 individuals in a red room. What does it all mean, you wonder? You're gonna make me laugh.
I'm sorry.
What does it all mean? No, you're fine.
I'm just adding to the effect.
What does it all mean, you wonder? You see a postcard lying on the seat next to you. Reading over the card only serves to confuse you more. How long ago were you at the manor? Did Haley really send this? Quietly pocketing the postcard, you turn around and see Orville reading at his desk. You get the sense that he doesn't quite know you're here. Despite your head feeling a bit fuzzy, you decide to head back into town. Maybe there's more you can find.
Let's go.
Yeah, so the last time you were here, it was April 15th. And it is now June 17th.
Man, what in tarnation? What in recreation?
There it is.
What in Rosewood Nation? Boom! You're welcome, Softy. Hashtag Rosewood Nation. Okay, moving on, sorry. What a fun night this will be.
Yep.
I'm excited for the editing process, really. I'm just mixing up real. Oh my gosh, is that a turtle? I know you're not a frog, but I'm gonna name you Kermit. Alright, goodbye, Kermit. Do we want to go back in here? Is there more stuff in here like there was last time?
I don't know.
Okay, there's some nice pictures on the board. Was that fan there originally in the left-hand corner?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't notice that last time. Okay, that's fine though. That's fine. Not like a big deal or anything. Ah! J2, let's go.
You find a page hidden behind the counter, dated for April 22nd. I woke up in my house today. I'm not too sure how I got here, but the last thing I remember was going into that mansion and seeing all those weird rooms. According to my clock, I was in there for several days, which doesn't make much sense to me. My phone clock shows that it's the 15th. It kind of reminds me of that TV show about two FBI agents who hunted aliens. I think losing time was an indicator of alien abduction. Well, whatever the case may be, it won't help to jump to conclusions, especially conclusions involving aliens. Rosewood has a fair share of weird things going on, but I highly doubt aliens is one of them. That being said, I think I should go confront Jacobs. I have a suspicion he was the one who broke into my diner. Other than that, he's also a researcher into the paranormal, so he might actually have some answers as to what's going on here. I need to find Vincent as well. I don't remember seeing him in the mansion, but I'm gonna go check again when I get a chance. I hope I remember the way. I love you.
Just pull out that piece of paper.
I can give you a piece of paper. Oh, I can give you a piece of paper to hold.
I have something much better. Okay, how cool this is.
Oh!
We're just gonna use this for prop effect. So, and for writing purposes, because why not? I've got a pen for this!
Cool.
Let's go.
We're good.
Oh yeah, you just read it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, where is my mind going anymore? Okay. There's a laptop there, though.
There is.
Do we wanna... We can't do anything with it, though.
Nope.
Well, someone was drinking coffee, and that looks like a really nice latte sitting there. Some kind of latte art. But okay, moving on. I guess we don't have Dr. Jacobs. Dr. Jacobs. We're going to Dr. Jacobs' house. I mean, since she mentioned him in the... Yeah, Dr. Jacobs' house. Can we just commandeer one of these?
No.
Then why the flip are they even on?
Decoration.
That's bullcrap. Okay. Moving on.
Remember where Dr. Jacobs' house is?
No, it's that way. It's that way. It's that way. It's that way. It's this way. I remember. It's gotta be this way. Yes, it is this way because it was right next door to Haley's house. Right. Stotty! This ain't it. What you doing, Willis?
That ain't it, Chief.
That's it. It's this one. It's this one. But I passed. Wow. Okay.
You did.
Frickin' heck. He's got a nice little brick water well over here. That's nice. Swankadank, man. Swankadank. Well, now I have to remember there are 2 different rooms on each side because I didn't know that last time and just wasn't apparent to me. So maybe I should just enter this room right here first. We're gonna go over here to the right side of the house.
To the
Holy mess, man. He was doing some stuff or someone done pilfered through some things.
Oh, it was like this last time.
Oh, was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, crap, I don't remember anything. He's got a bird? I didn't see that last time.
Bird. Bird
That's
is the word.
Bird. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, there's nothing there on the projector. It's just light. Let there be light. Okay. J4. J4 is right there. It's right there. Wait, no. Is that 4 or 14? What?
There's 15 journals.
It's J14.
You see a loose page sticking out from underneath the book. Picking it up, you read. The date is obscured. Oh god, I killed him. Oh my god, I think I killed him. There was no way I could have known. How does Vincent have ties with that thing? I should have known it was targeting him. I should have known. The broadcast, Ethan. You knew it wasn't some alien message. You knew why it sounded so familiar. You knew. They couldn't even find his body. I can't believe this. Why couldn't I just keep away from that well? Why couldn't I just keep my curiosity to myself? You're a fool, Ethan. A blasted fool.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens.
Okay. Time to go. Alright.
I keep touching the table and it keeps shaking my laptop. I need to not touch the table.
Alright. We go this way. We go out the door. That's the door. If that's a fireplace. We've got a fireplace in here. Man, I didn't even just realize this.
I mean, this was also the first time you were in here.
That's true, though. Yep, still as creepy as ever there, Jacobs. Yeah, there ain't gonna be no note there. Of course there ain't no note. Just wait a second. J4? Wow, I like how it took me I just run around the room and I was like, wait.
Dead at it. There's no note there.
J4. Good job, Soxy. Way to just put that one right by me.
You stare around at the familiar surveillance room of Dr. Jacobs as you boot up the laptop. Though some time has passed since you were last here, the room seems to be exactly the same. You'd rather not be here, but so far the only lead you have is connected to this mysterious doctor. There's a lot in this town that's connected to Jacobs, and not a lot of it is good. Why is he so shifty? You catch yourself staring at the wall of cameras and turn to log in to Dr. Jacobs' laptop.
Oh, is this the same password like last time?
Do you want me to put in the same password?
How does... No, it can't be, because maybe he changed it. How am I supposed to figure this crap out?
You only went one place.
That's true. Okay, so... How the crap am I supposed to go now? Holy psycho mother truck dust. My goodness. Oh my goodness.
That sure
There's
was
blood
a
everywhere.
series of words.
Oh my gosh, there's so much blood. Just to get, you know. Okay, this is disturbing in so many ways. Is it a pattern though? Oh yeah, I was thinking where it's in. Okay, so it came from the closet. Wait, did it come from the closet originally? Where does it start?
Oh, I mean, you remember in part 1, it was just the one handprint that was, like, out in front of the closet, remember?
Yeah.
And now it's, like, 3 hands.
What?
Yeah, because you have the one there in the middle, and then you have the 2 that go out around the sides of the rooms, and they end, like, under the mirror.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, J6, you see a doodle of a bird drawn on the dusty mirror. You see an old dusty mirror in front of you. There seems to be engravings on its side.
The mirror? What mirror?
Turn your camera.
So it's because millennials aren't patient, so...
The mirror. In front of you. On the table.
Let's see. Oh, wow. So dumb. But there aren't any engravings. I don't see any. How much closer do I need to be? Is it on the back? No, it's... Softy. Like, they're... Okay, I'm looking at the mirror, but I don't see no engravings. What am I supposed to be looking
Methinks you don't have everything you need to solve this
yet. Okay. Alright, so... Wait, the well. We mentioned the well. Wow, I'm just so slow. Okay, let's go to the well. There's a wheelbarrow here with dirt. If there's a dead body involved in here, and you have disintegrated, you disintegrated the body by like burning it, and then you incorporated it into regular dirt, Saki, that's cruel. That or I have morbid thoughts. It's probably the latter, but if you wanted to use the first one for the next part somewhere, it's a great idea. I
really want to find a body.
I freaking want a dead body, Softy. Ooh, what's that? Is that for bees? That's awesome. Yeah, you guys had talked about that before.
Yeah. He moved the log back.
Why you gotta put the log right there? Every single time. And by every single time, I mean the last time I went through the minutia of... And then you moved the log, because it's an island.
Because he got tired of walking around it and...
Why the flip would you put it back? For this? Why? What's wrong with you, boss? Why? Why? Cruelty. Just making me do some exercise up in this game. It's exhausting, man. No, don't sit down. We got crime to solve, man. What is this? Is just a rock or something? Is this a tomb? What is this?
It's a very mossy rock.
Okay. To each their own, I suppose. Where's the fountain? Not the fountain. The well. That was really close, but that was not quite correct. I don't know why I came back this way. Like some foolish...
Because you're exploring.
I know, but we want to go to the well, and I don't remember where the well is. It's a Haberdash Cypher.
No, that's the same one from last time. It still says Vincent Rosewood.
Oh my gosh, there's a newly dug grave here.
Is it?
It looks like a wooden box of some sort down there with a body. Body? Did you listen to it's a body? There's a body down there?
You bend down to pick up a page sitting next to Vincent's open grave. The sight of the coffin inside makes you shiver a bit. Why was someone trying to open his grave? There was a chance he was still alive, so maybe someone was trying to confirm it? You're not too sure yourself, but you get a little colder as you start to read the page. I don't know where I am. I woke up on the shore of an island I don't recognize. How did I get here? I can't think straight. My head feels so light and fuzzy, like there's static with every thought. This is Rosewood, I think. I recognize the resident services center, and the beaches look the same, but there are quite a few people who I don't know. I wandered around the beach for a while when I met a woman named Rosie. She was very sweet and even invited me to a bonfire. I'm not sure if I should accept it, as I can't even remember if I lived here or not. I feel sick, like I'm fading away. I think I need to look for some answers first.
He changed it. He changed it. This sounds a lot like...
He changed it?
No, Sorry. No, what he, when I was doing, the audition process for the voice part,
yeah,
a lot of what is in there was, a lot of the lines that he had me read are kind of in there, but, maybe he, shortened it or something. No, the audition piece he gave that we had to read.
No, that wasn't the audition piece. That was your actual recording.
Really? Mm-hmm. I remember a lot different than that. He changed.
I'm not saying that was your actual recording. I'm saying the thing that you were doing was not an audition piece. It was an actual recording.
Right. I'm so tired.
We'll come across it later.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright, let's go.
Alright.
Wait. Can you read it again?
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, don't read it again. I'll skim over it, because I was in it. I was just...
You sure?
I was like listening, but I was like not there. So like we ghosted now? Like are we like ghosts? Am I a ghost?
Is who ghost?
Haley, man, because it sounds like I'm fading away. Like it's just kind of like.
I know that's Haley.
Oh, I don't. It's not. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that.
I mean, she's very sweet and even invited me to a bonfire. It makes me think that was Vincent.
Yeah, you're right, because in the part 1, she did invite him to the Wow.
This is gonna be a great time.
It's gonna be a great time.
Having a good time.
Yeah. We built this city. He built this city. Softy built this city in Animal Crossing. It doesn't really work, but I made it work, boss. I made it work. Where's the flippin', dippin', heckin', well? Oh well. But someone date me, please. So, well, she mentioned he mentioned the rec center. Let's go to the rec center.
The what center?
The rec center.
Rec center.
The rec center. J1.
Hey, Marshall. How close are you to that cool guy Raymond? Dude, I really gotta know. Like, it's wild how crazy people are getting over him. For real, is he like some bombshell celebrity? You hang out with him quite a bit, right, love? Look, Marshall, I need the deets. I'm freaking out, my guy. Maybe I need to chill, but it's hard with that cat just strutting about what. Actually, I think I'm allergic to cats. Still, meet me at the playground, babes. Cherry.
Who are you? And what happened to Rebecca? Oh, it's gonna be such a long time. Okay. Who the flip is Raymond? Marshall? Who be Marshall?
Oh, that's Marshall's house right there.
Oh, wait, no. Cherry is the residential...
No, Cherry is another villager.
Well, then never mind. Forget it. So they're freaking out about this guy named Raymond. Who is Raymond? Who be Raymond? Raymond. Da-da-dun.
Oh.
Missing.
He moved.
What?
He moved.
What do you...
He moved.
Raymond moved?
Mm-mm.
Sonny moved! He's on the game! Boss be moving around in this game. He's awakened. Well, there's nothing here. Like there was nothing here last time except for these drawings right here. Yeah, with holes in their heads, which is... What if these children are like cyclopses and they came from the ocean? Because, you know, last time we found that journal, it was like, he lives beneath the ocean. What if these drawings are like of his ocean children and they've crawled out of the ocean, kind of like how, What's-His-Face has that theory about, you know, how we were organisms in the ocean and we crawled out, like, you know, how evolution works.
What's-His-Face? AKA Charles Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin. Of course. What? Boom! Adventure, mystery, solving crimes.
I genuinely didn't think you were going to catch that one.
You have to look at all your surroundings.
You notice a scrap of paper tucked into the rocks behind the lighthouse. Carefully, you climb over the rope fences and sidle along the base of the lighthouse to the edge of the rocky platform. I love how you picked that one up because the other one's on the floor currently.
Yeah, so you gotta use what you got in front of you.
You proceed to dig out the page and realize that it is far older than many of the entries you seem to find on this island.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Have you heard of the legend of the monkey's paw? It's an ancient talisman of some sort that has the ability to grant a wish to its bearer. Each wish, however, comes with a dire consequence. You see, the universe cannot simply conjure up wealth, love, or happiness on its own. Everything has a price, and every aspect of your existence is given value. What could be the price for things such as knowledge, luck, or experience? While we may never truly know, it is always a price you will regret having to pay.
I know about that. Crazy. I feel like that was kind of worthless right there. The whole story of the... I'm sure it has significance. I'm sure it does. And the Cyclops Bunny Sea Children. Evolution. Sponsored by Evolution. And Charles
So
Darwin.
you are entirely unfamiliar. Like, that is the first time you've ever heard about the monkey's paw.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The only other monkey business I've ever heard of or seen was the blue... Wow, so slow. Oh, I found J3, by the way.
Yeah, you did. Raymond, here's the login information for my laptop. I apologize for the old format as I had to change and encrypt my password recently due to some ne'er-do-well accessing my files without authorization.
Both of the notebooks are on the ground right now, so I'm using my hands. Okay.
And then there's a whole bunch of numbers here. Let me know if you have any questions, Dr. Jacobs. On the back you see written, remember to teach Jacobs on how to write passwords that don't use his old phone's keypad.
So, it says laptop. Wait, yeah? It says...
Here's the login information for my laptop.
Dang it, stop doing that. Stop. Ah. Okay.
You might also want something to write with.
Crap, right after that gel pen.
You just tossed it.
I just done... Oh, look, chonked it right next to me. Awesome.
Nice.
Chonked it. His phone? We have to go get his phone? Or find his phone? Do I need to Google this? Encryption? Why is this so difficult? I'm making this very hard, I know.
It's because you're on 4 hours of sleep and 7 hours of driving and espresso.
I feel like I'm making this way too hard. These aren't phone numbers. These aren't phone numbers of people. Okay. I'm not seeing something that's so plainly obvious.
Why does he specify the keypad for Dr. Jacobs' old phone?
Like, the keypad... Keypad like a... Like one of those... Like a type of phone? Like the letters on them? The letters on, like the 3 letters on each one kind of thing? Or what? Okay. The keyboard on a, on a flip phone. Like the letter,
Though to be fair, I'm pretty sure that, like, smartphones still have the, like, if you pull up the call function to, like, manually put in a number, like, it still has the same layout.
because each number had 3 different lead.
3 or 4, yeah.
So I have to go through all those different letters to figure out what this says because it's encrypted. Yeah.
I'm unsure what you mean by that.
Okay, you mentioned a flip phone. Each number on the flip phone of the keypad has 3 numbers or 3 letters connected to it. So, say, how did you not have to look at a flip phone to do this? I gotta figure out how this would even spell anything. Is it supposed to spell out something?
Maybe.
I mean, is it like
Where are you getting the in from?
from? You've got 3 different 6s here.
No, the dashes separate single letters. So 666 is 1 letter.
I'm so confused. So it's not the different...
When you're texting somebody with T9, how does that work?
What do you mean?
When you're texting somebody in your old Razor flip phone, how did that work?
You gotta press it, and... Are you saying, like, I have to press it 6 times each time, or... Is it that complicated? Like...
No.
Man, I'm making this really confusing. So...
In the interest of not being here until 2:30 in the morning. You press 5 once. What does that get you?
Wow. I am done. No, I really am thinking about this way too hard. So... difficult. Okay, well, that's good to know, isn't it? Mm-hmm. He really did make it hard this time, so... Great.
This is after he's made it easier, actually.
What about the 852, though? Oh, well, is it just without the dashes? What? Oh! John Everett's Mellis Oil. We got the mechanic. The oil, because that was on the projector, like, the last time, right? About the mechanic, right? On the island. Please tell me I'm somewhat close. That'll make you feel a little better. But I know you're not going to tell me, so it's fine. It's fine. On! Canvas. Oil canvas. The museum. John Everett. That's the year. That's the year. Oh, I was smart. Okay. Oil on canvas. To the museum! Let's go! Not that slow after all. Is this the museum?
Nope.
No, that's the residential services. Here's the museum! The puffs, wait, okay. Oh, okay. John. Where'd it be, though? Yay, Mappy's online. Wait.
You're gonna press it? There you go.
This is the first one I went to. How is that even possible? Wait, it's... Is Jean short? That's
a different name.
Never mind. I was hoping to get it the first time, but what's a ha? We gotta do this. I gotta go through this whole museum. That's not it either. Okay, cool. Good to know. Maybe it's not on this side though. Maybe I didn't check down here, like all of them. Wait. It's this one. Right? Crap, how can I go back? Dadgummit! This is it! Okay, I should have just kept going and whatever.
You started on the next one and then went the opposite direction around.
What a great kind of... Do I need to write this name down? Ophelia? Because why not? We might as well just write all information down. Ophelia is a tragic figure in the Shakespearean play Hamlet. Shakespearean play Hamlet. Check it out now. Not Hamilton. Hamlet. There is an otherworldly expression on her face as she lies unconscious in a river. She is surrounded by the beauty of nature as she floats between life and death. Oh, bodies. Wait. A body. but there's no, like...
So what do you think the password is?
Ophelia.
Ophelia, final answer?
I mean, I would hope so. It worked.
And here, I will give you control over the mouse.
What? It's interactive?
Mm-hmm.
So just, do I click to the side here? Or do I actually click?
Oh, you can actually click on the things.
Files. We should always go to the files. The files. All the files. Beach Children, Moon Lake. Crap, what should I look at first? All of it. Let's just look at all of it. Beach Children number 2. Why can't I click on this? Open. Just not fast enough.
These drawings in the sand have been on my mind as of late. Last night I noticed a few more doodles on the so-called secret beach that resides on the backside of the island. I believe I arrived at the scene right after these beach children claimed another victim. There was a lantern and a fishing pole, but no one else was around. I even strained my eyes to see if I could notice any figures in the water. Figures in the water.
We're gonna go to the pub and get some fish and chips.
And then I look ahead and back.
We're gonna go to the water. You going to the water?
Home.
Yes.
Wondering that maybe if I had happened to go for my walk a little sooner, I could have saved someone's life. It feels strange knowing these things exist, but having no real way to protect yourself from them. Maybe I'll send out some emails asking for testimonials. Addendum. Someone answered my email. Their statement will be provided in this document.
Oh.
Gosh, it's super
Wait,
quiet.
who's voicing this? Who voices the fisherman?
Hold on.
Wait, is it Mabby?
It is.
Mabby.
It's a super quiet recording though. So I'm gonna do that. I'll soon turn this up.
Tommy is gone. I don't know how exactly, but he was there one minute and gone the next. Thinking about it honestly makes my stomach feel like it's hollow. Anyway, Tommy and I went out to the beach a few days ago to go fishing. Not Tommy's idea of a good time, but he was going to be staying with me for a few days, so he was going to fish whether he liked it or not. It started off normal enough. Digging for clams, casting by the lighthouse. It was dull. I guess Tommy got bored and set his line down to explore the shore because I heard him calling to me. He was shouting something about little kids, so I assumed there was a family visiting the beach.
Go on.
There was a slight drizzle, but hey, we were out fishing, so why not a family day trip as well? Eventually, I ran out of bait and went to grab some more, so I headed down to the beach a little bit to dig up some clams. I don't know how long it was until I noticed the silence of the beach, but when I got back, Tommy was gone. His pole and bait bag was still by the lighthouse, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I started to panic, frantically running along the beach, searching for any signs of him, but all I found was a drawing. 2 children with holes in the center of their faces, and a set of footprints heading into the water.
Dun dun dun! Ho ho ho. Good job, Maddie. That was a good voice. Like, good job, man. You nailed it. And the plot thickens from there. Alright, so can I just go back here? Okay. Moon Lake. What be the Moon Lake? Yes, I collected press. Now awesome. Do I need to... What is
This is all new.
Oh. What are those?
Those are star fragments.
Cool beans, man. Oh, I know what that is. It's he who lives beneath the ocean. It's gotta be. Okay, anyway.
After poring over several hundred documents extensively, I've come to the conclusion that this Moon Lake did indeed reside in Rosewood and, more specifically, was located where the current Rosewood Manor stands now. I must confess, I am unsure what I am to do with this information and how to proceed forward. The legend states that long ago a massive star fell from the sky and collided with the island we now call Rosewood. The crater caused by the impact awakened an ancient being that slept underneath the island. Claiming the island is theirs, the being then resumed their slumber. The crater filled in with rainwater over time, and the many fragments of the fallen star gave the newly formed lake certain properties. Document statements range from the lake having healing properties to the lake itself being a portal to the ancient being's domain. One thing many of these documents do agree on is the fact that bringing certain fallen star fragments to the lake's surface will awaken the slumbering being. From there, however, the documentation becomes wildly inconsistent. Still, if there's a chance I could change things, I must, at the very least, attempt. I need to undo my past mistakes. I need to bring Vincent back.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
After some research, I know who this mysterious figure is, and frankly, I am terrified. It is, without a doubt, the entity that I awoke from the well. I decided to look into more local myths, and what I found was unsettling. The fact that the entity actually resides within a physical form is unprecedented. It was just a shade when I came into contact with it, but that is not the case anymore. Can they possess others? Is this its permanent physical form? But most importantly, can it be killed? I must atone for my sins, and if I can find atonement in sending this thing back to hell, then I must grasp at any chance I get. I'm currently requesting several documents from the library on the matter of expelling the supernatural, so I do pray these come in handy. For Vincent's sake, I hope they are accurate. As an addendum, I found the phone of the missing RWRS employee in the woods. I turned in the phone to resident services, but not before documenting its last recorded message. I can safely say that this person is another victim of the entity.
Holy dang. I'm excited to hear, their voice acting with these guys.
No, I'm grabbing my camera and I'm heading out there right now. Yes, right now. I don't trust the residential services, and I sure as hell don't trust the cleanup crew. I don't care. They found a body, right? Did the investigation, right? And then what? Nothing? Radio silence. Is there something out there? A murderer? A monster? These guys show up whenever anything weird happens, and the town suffers for it. I am calm. You didn't hear what I heard. Someone saw it climb out of the well. Donna, they said it was pale and gaunt. They watched it slowly climb out of that well in the mountain. My point is that there was no report of any of this. The only reason they made that announcement was because a civilian contacted them and they wanted to keep people out of the mountain. So I'm going up there to see what I can find and expose it. And if you want to sit around and do nothing while potentially more people die, then so be it.
I thought there was more cursing in this. Apparently not.
No, there was. He just censored it himself.
I thought the voice acting, though, for it was, pretty good, though. So whoever you are that did the voice acting for, the residential...
That would be...
Well, we can just look.
This guy. Gorguli.
Gorguli, who did the employee, good job. That was pretty good. Very believable, pretty great. He sounded scared. It was good. So thumbs up.
Down a little bit more. There we go. Okay.
2 thumbs up for you, my man. Or, yeah. Yep, uh-huh. I'm sorry. I'm just...
You have control of the mouse.
So tired.
Okay, here we go. Recently there's been a shady new entrepreneur on the island who's been selling paintings of dubious authenticity. At first, many of these paintings meant very little to me, but after several reports of strange happenings with these works, I decided to look into it myself. After several weeks of trial and error, I came upon a few fraudulent works that seemed touched by the supernatural. I shall document each of these paintings thusly. Girl with the Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer.
Mm-hmm.
This suddenly can't read.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
This painting originally depicts a young woman with a head wrap and a singular pearl earring. The fake, however, is almost identical except for the fact that her earring is star-shaped. After some time with the painting, I could not deduce any paranormal goings-on with this work. Aside from almost supernatural attention to detail, everything seems to be on the up and up. That was until nighttime had fallen. As I prepared to turn in for the day, I decided to clean up several files laying around my office. When I turned to leave, I noticed that the eyes of the painting were shut. Unsettled, I decided to forego several hours of sleep to investigate further. Other than the correlation between the time of day and the eyes of the painting, nothing else is of note. I have a camcorder set up to archive any footage that may seem to be out of the ordinary. Hopefully we shall see more movement from the strange painting.
It's like, that just reminds me of like the creepiness of like the weeping angels from Doctor Who, and then like Night at the Museum. It's just it's like a mashup made in horror. I mean, creepy, right? It's creepy, man.
Beauty looking back. Another painting depicting a young woman in a red garment looking back at the viewer. This work needs no extensive investigation as the paranormal aspect of this painting is exceedingly clear when flipped over. A dark humanoid stain seems to cover the entirety of the back of the painting. Preliminary research uncovers very little as to what this stain could be.
Blood.
Seeing as it is a forged painting, I did not expect to find much. An offhand comment on some GeoCities website posited that souls can be trapped in painting in very extreme circumstances. The question is this the subject or the author? Rosetta Stone. Less of an artistic piece of work and more of a remnant of a society long since past, the forged Rosetta Stone looks to be a cast made entirely out of plaster. I almost tossed this one away of sheer disbelief that Red had sold me something so brazenly fake. The others were so similar to their authentic counterparts that this abomination is laughable in its attempt. However, initial testing has determined that this object is in fact stone and is made of a material not known to this world. That being said, it also glows at night, though any attempt at determining the origin of the light deems it Deem impossible.
I think that's a typo. Deems impossible.
Deems impossible.
Yeah.
What ties these works to the darkness, and probably more importantly, who is creating them? And then that's a name that I don't know how to pronounce.
Jaman Period.
Period?
Period. Like period. Not period, but period.
The last of the supernatural fraudulent work. This one is the most
Or
peculiar.
Parod? Or just say it.
This one is the most peculiar as it seems to interfere with many of my electronic devices. Progress has been slow, but two things of note is that the eyes open and glow at night, and if knocked over it will begin to float and return to its original position.
No, that's not right.
Just like the Rosetta Stone, this statue is an obvious departure from its counterpoint with two antennas on the... I'm pretty sure the plural of antenna is in...
Antennae. Yes.
Antennae?
Yep.
I thought it was just antennae.
Because, like, you don't say cactuses, you cacti.
Yeah, but I thought it was antennae. Like, you have antenna and then antennae.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know.
Maybe it is antennas, I don't know. On the head of the statue, nothing else of note really. As a form of conclusion, I found that many of these works are not manufactured in mass, nor by extremely talented hobbyists. Aside from the Rosetta Stone, they are not identical in material and composition to the authentic pieces, save for what I have pointed out. I'm curious to see if I can uncover more in the future, but for now, I shall store them in the attic under close watch.
That's where you don't put them, is the creepy attic. With the creepy things. No. I ain't into this.
And then there's pictures. You can see the little body in the back of the painting here. And then there's the glowing blue.
The author's soul is either been burned into that painting or the author's soul is inside that painting.
Here's the one that floats.
That's freaking creepy.
I don't know what's up with that
That's
one.
all freaking creepy. I can't. This is too weird. I mean, I can do it. But
Strange Broadcasts is nothing new. None of these.
The Manor, new.
Yes, that's why I said none of these three.
Okay, well, go to the Manor. Let's go. Rosewood Manor.
After some preliminary research, I find that the old Rosewood Manor has some properties that were described as belonging to the ancient Moon Lake. Not too surprising, I guess, as the manor does rest on the lake's proposed location. I'm not going to pretend that I know how these supernatural or paranormal properties are transferred, but at the very least we can document the phenomena that the building clearly exudes. I'll be sending out a few emails looking for anyone who would care to share their story in regard to these powers within the manor. I'm sure there are many rambunctious urban explorers who think that an old decrepit manor would make for good YouTube videos. Addendum, Rosie has contacted me in regard to the email, so we will be scheduling a statement shortly.
Cool beans, my dude. It's the voice part. The voice part that
Yes, the voice part.
I'm ready.
It sounds different than what you heard me record.
That's fine. Wait, did he like change the?
No, the wording wasn't changed. I just did it with the wrong tone.
Oh, okay.
So.
Is it recording? Yeah. Okay. To be honest, I don't know why I'm here talking to you. You broke into my diner. I'm sorry. It's just you are really bad at first impressions. You know that? Anyway, I met Vincent several weeks ago. He seemed fine. I know now that he wasn't fine, but I only know in retrospect that he wasn't fine. It wasn't like I could do anything about it because sorry, I'm rambling. Should I start at the house? I guess that's the oddest part. Okay, so I was closing up shop and I happened to see him, Vincent, walking around Seaside. I was wondering where he'd been for the last couple days, but he was too much of a mess to really talk to. He was very panicked and rambling about someone coming after him again. I tried my best to keep him calm, but he just walked away, and all I could really do was just follow. I think I already said this before, but he visited a grave and then went deeper into the woods to some creepy old manor. How long has that been there, by the way? Oh, that makes sense. So I followed him to the manor and was about to go inside, but, well, I'm not sure how to describe it. It was a weird person in a mask. A gas mask, I think. Yeah. And I was overwhelmed by the smell of burning oil. Are you okay? Oh, yeah, sure.
That was good. I like it.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good to continue. I think I left off with the oil man. Yeah. Well, I think he tried to grab me. He grabbed me and I managed to pull away and head into the manor, but I was terrified. That thing scared me, and the manor scared me, but I was certain he would kill me, so the manor it was. Have you gone to the manor? No, actually it was very different inside. It was full of rusting metal bars and decaying walls. It's been abandoned for years, right? Well, to be honest, that part isn't even the strange thing. So, This is gonna sound odd, but it's the truth. Each room was different. I'm not talking about furnished differently, but like it was a whole different place. Like one room was in the clouds. No, like actually in the clouds. Like I saw the horizon stretching out in front of me. There was also a lighthouse. It was just floating there in the sea of clouds. No, I have no idea what it means. So there are other rooms like that. Well, I'm not sure you could call them rooms. Anyway, one had a well, one had a piano, one had a barn with a silo on fire. That one was pretty intense. Oh, yeah, it was a big red brick silo. Yeah, it was nighttime. Okay. The last room was the weirdest, though. It was in the middle of a desert in Arizona, specifically an old phone booth on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. My dad was an ex-con. He was released from prison when I was 11 or 12, so I went to go live with him in Arizona. Everyone knew it was a bad idea, but, you know, he was my dad, and I was just a dumb kid excited to see him again. I had no context of what my dad did. He was just gone for a long time. Anyway, after a couple months, he started to go away for extended periods of time. I know now it was to do whatever job he was hired to do, but I guess something went wrong somewhere. He came home one day, and we hurriedly packed a few bags to leave. He was breathing pretty hard, I remember, and was stumbling around a bit before we left in his truck. It was a pretty beat-up old truck, and so, you know, it broke down on us a few hours outside of town. He was really quiet as we gathered our stuff and started heading down the highway. We left pretty late in the day, and so by this time the moon was the only light we had. Hours must have passed by the time we reached the phone booth. And, you know, Arizona doesn't get much cooler at night, so we were pretty exhausted and drenched in sweat. I set down my bags, and I noticed that my dad was just staring off into the desert, still holding his stuff. I wanted to ask if he was okay, but he turned to me and handed over a metal briefcase, a couple coins, and a folded scrap of paper. He said, "My little Rose, I'm gonna head back to the truck, see if I can fix it." He said, "I need you to call this number. Tell them you're a couple hours outside of Rachel and that you need help." And then he told me to make sure I stay put. And he patted me on the head and said, "See you in a bit." I really did believe he'd come back. They found the truck, but he wasn't there. He wasn't really anywhere.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap. What a bombshell. Jeez, man.
4 years of theater in high school.
Yeah, you did great, by the way. No, I mean, I'm talking about the information, but yeah, that voice acting was
Oh, well, no,
killer.
I feel embarrassed.
Okay, so nothing else in here is relevant.
Well, nothing else in here is new.
We need to pause this, and we need food.
Snack time.
Snack time is always a good time.
Minesweeper.
It's always important.
I'll play
Important.
Minesweeper.
The cat's just running around being cray.
Are you kidding me?
What?
This is the worst I could have.
What?
There's nothing here. Oh, there we go.
What is that?
It's Minesweeper.
Wait, why is that relevant?
It's on his computer. I'm playing Minesweeper.
Cool beans, man.
So we did the files.
Mail.
We haven't done mail.
You got mail. Inbox. Let's go. Oh my Nelly.
Yeah, have fun.
Okay. Ethan, I know things were strange between us before I died, but I need you to know that I don't hold any ill will towards you. You are my partner. We worked well together, and it's perfectly natural for people to butt heads sometimes, right? I was so engrossed in that message, and I
know things were strange between us before I died, but I need you to know that I don't hold any ill will towards you. You were my partner. We worked well together, and it's perfectly natural for people to butt heads sometimes, right? I was so engrossed in that message, and I guess I lost track of a lot. Honestly, I wish I would have listened to you. Things got so messed up. We said some awful, nasty things to each other, and I wish I could take it all back. You were my best friend, the closest thing I had to family. I don't know where I am anymore. I'm lost. Things look the same, but no one's here. And it's so cold. I wish I could see everyone one last time. For one last goodbye. I buried it behind the manor, as deep as I can get. I hope you find it.
something by the manor.
He said I buried it behind the manor as deep as I could get. I hope you find it.
How did he do that though? Like with the voice and everything like that. Is that Softy's voice?
Yeah, that is him.
You sound very nice, boss. Softy boss, sir. So even if I never get a dead body, that was perfect, you know? Just being real.
So anyways.
Moving right along.
Moving along.
But seriously, that was super, super cool.
Oh, wait, no.
Well, darn. We got more things.
I forgot about Rosie's email.
Forgot about your own email?
Dr. Jacobs, here's the broadcast you wanted. Stop breaking into my diner.
This is creepy beyond all belief. Okay, that definitely those last two words were Vincent, so. And then I heard Rosie, so not Rosie?
Nope.
I couldn't make out any of that, so just the last two words were Vincent, so.
No, but here's something interesting. Let me do that.
Okay, Vincent. Vincent, are you there? Vincent, can you hear me? Vincent, do you copy? Like,
Stuff like that, yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I didn't know you could actually do that. Like, speed it up and stuff. That's
Yeah.
pretty great.
Okay.
Wow, boss, you're awesome.
Now I'm pretty sure that there's no more audio.
The old log bridge. Oh, Eugene. Who be Eugene?
He's one of the villagers.
That's not.
I think it's because you clicked again. You only need to click it once. You don't need to double click. Yeah.
Hey, Doc. I was out for a walk in the mountains the other day when I saw the cleanup crew at the old log bridge by the campsite. I was a little curious as to what they were doing out here, so I snuck a little closer. Turns out they were dismantling the bridge. I have no idea why, but I guess they don't want anyone getting across the river. Luckily, I'm as resourceful as ever, Doc. I snuck into the OK Motors scrapyard and clipped the barbed wire fence up on the cliff. Unfortunately, I had to dip before the cleanup crew caught me, but I'm going to try and head back later once I have a ladder. Hopefully, I find something cool. Eugene.
You now have access to a ladder within Rosewood.
Woohoo! Cool beans, man.
Cool bean.
And we keep going. Dang it, why do I keep doing this? Okay.
No, you actually did. That's the same one.
I guess
You didn't
double
click it.
Okay. Ethan, I have finalized your request for Rosewood myths and legends to Big City Library. They are currently searching our archives for any pertinent documentation. Please allow some time to complete a thorough search. In the meantime, I would like to know what is this word? Piqued your interest.
Yeah.
What piqued your interest in the Moon Lake? I understand you are researching odd phenomenon within the island itself, but I seem to recall your research dealing with matters of extraterrestrial nature. Is this the semi-isolated island of Rosewood that... Wait. Is this the semi-isolated island of Rosewood that... Interesting? Okay. I look forward to hearing from you and your findings, Dr. Slate. The Philosopher's Stone! The Philosopher's Stone! The Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone.
No, you scroll.
I wanna tell.
That's the one that you just looked at.
Okay. Agent F? What? Oh, the FBI's involved now, or the CIA. Yeah, it's the CIA.
Hello, Dr. Jacobs. Your name was passed to me by a colleague. It sounds like you might be the person to ask about the effect that the lunar cycle could have on flowers. The birds down at the lab have been noticing some peculiar growth cycles when there's a full moon. It's befuddled even our top bird brains, and we can't seem to figure out why they turn to face the moon like that. If you have a moment to spare, the Flamingo Bureau of Investigation would appreciate your services. We can pay you in shrimp. Agent F.
Flamingo Bureau. Very nice. Hey there, Dr. Jacobs. I've heard you're working on some pretty outdated machinery, right? If you'd like, Crisp, I can spare the time to come help you upgrade your computer on the new Nindo's OS. Very nice. I used to work on these kind of things back in the big city, so it wouldn't be too much trouble. Let me know what you think, Raymond. I liked the Nindo. Nindo's
OS.
Okay. What about the Outbox though? Yeah.
Raymond, I do understand the need to update my equipment. Working in research fields like mine mean that certain modern amenities are prone to failure. However, I must catch up to the current times lest I fall into technological irrelevance. I most appreciate your help. I'll find a way to get you access to my personal machine.
Okay. So sorry. Moving on. Right along. Slate.
Dr. Slate, I'm sending this email in regards to certain archived documents that I need access to. I am looking for particular myths and legends about the long-lost moon lake that used to exist within Rosewood's mountains. I'm still doing preliminary research, so I do not have a specific date range, but any documents that reference Rosewood before the town was settled would be appreciated. I look forward to seeing you again, Ethan Jacobs.
June. Odd sightings.
Miss June, it has come to my attention that you live near the mountain trails. If my current hypothesis is correct, then you may have been able to observe suspicious individuals working together as you spend your evenings. Please report back with anything you have witnessed out of the ordinary, Dr. Jacobs.
Cuckoo choo, man. The plot thickens. Okay, so we get here. The trash. Oh, there's always nifty things in trash. There's always nifty things. I like how, when I said there was nifty things in the trash, I didn't mean like actual people. But I mean, if you think your Twitter site's trash boss, then, maybe it is. I can't speak for you there, though. At all.
When you were downstairs, I was like, well, if she's downstairs messing with the things, I could go look around and see if I can find where Softy went. And I messaged, like, so you just sat somewhere AFK in Rosewood? And he said, not anymore. And I said, oh, and he said, I'm hunting. And I was like, oh, for what? And he said, you. I was like, oh.
Should I just...
Okay.
Should I just go back then? Should I go back? And hide? From boss? From the boss? Like, oh look, there's one right there. There's always one right there.
What?
There's a letter. There's a note like right there, J12.
Right, yeah, there is in there.
I'll just hide from boss. He can't see me possibly right here.
No, he could definitely see you there.
What?
You spot because when you're further down, the camera angle's lower.
Freaking heck no.
So
I must freaking run away. I'll just
that works.
boom, done. He can see me from the other side. Oh crap!
No, he can't.
Okay, really?
Really?
Yes, done. Okay, read it.
You spot a couple of vending machines by the museum. You spend a few seconds perusing the offerings within the machines. Grabbing your selection, you turn towards the bench, only to see a loose piece of paper shifting across the stone. You pick it up and read.
Dun, dun, dun. Shall I read this?
I had the strangest dream last night. I was on the shore of a wild and overgrown island. The sky was black and stormy and covered in clouds of grey. The endless, dark expanse of the ocean stretched before me. The rain was pouring down and the wind whipped around me, yet I felt nothing upon my skin. I could see the ocean throwing towering waves at the shore, and all I could hear was the roar of the tide. Suddenly, the ground began to shake and rumble as the sea began to writhe. Slowly, a monstrous figure rose out of the waves. Impossibly tall, it rose and rose until it was obscured by the clouds and atmosphere. Then, without warning, a booming voice spoke. Demand unto me your deepest desires, and I shall make it so. I could only stare in disbelief, but when I went to speak, I woke up.
It's a vision, man. It's always a vision. Is he still looking for us right now?
He's probably being facetious. I mean, he may well be
Curiosity killed the cat, though, Softy. That's right, boss. Watch out. Not that I can do anything to you in Rosewood, on your own island. Yeah, I can't. Not that I'd want to.
So where are you going?
Right across the way, but in a much... Holy frick, he's right there! Oh my gosh, he's Naruto. He's Naruto running. Just sprints away. Just like, I'm so glad I'm like right here and you didn't see me at all. You technically, it's you, but I mean like, yeah, holy crap. Dodged you right there, boss. I sure did. I sure did done. You just had from my boss just now. You done see me at all.
You gotta go to the mechanics at some point.
What?
So you gotta go to the mechanics at some point.
Well, he went
Which means you'll have to come out of hiding at some point.
He went that way, so...
He can run around and see you at any point.
No, I'm just gonna run away. There's absolutely no reason in the world why he needs to look for me.
He's just curious.
I don't freaking care. I don't care how curious you are, boss. I don't care. You will never find me. Never. You know what? If I go to the manor, he probably won't even look there. Alright, as soon as I find the letter, you have to read it. And there's nothing here. There's
nothing here!
Wait, yes there is. It's right.
Oh, I spotted a softie.
I saw it. It's a freaking heck. How do you turn? No, go back. Go back. 13. J13.
You explore around OK Motor scrapyards in the hope that you can find a way up into the mountains. In the back of the scrapyard, you see a cliff edge. Okay, so this is actually kind of out of order a little bit. You already have the ladder, so you can technically get up there already, but pretend that you found this before you found the ladder.
Okay.
You see on the cliff's edge a section of barbed wire fencing that has been clipped and pulled apart. Unfortunately, you don't have anything to climb up with. You start to search around the yard for anything you can climb on top of. You spot an old burrow hidden in a corner of the yard. You try to use it as a platform, but it buckles under your weight and you fall off as the bureau breaks into pieces. Slowly picking yourself out of the pile of broken wood, you spot an envelope marked with burns. You open up and find an old scorched letter within. You read the following. Are you familiar with the science of alchemy? It is defined by the process of taking a base material and, through a process called transmutation, converting them into nobler materials such as gold and silver.
I'm just being Deku from My Hero Academia when he's watching that All Might, clip, like, but I'm like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Okay, continue, sorry.
Alchemists believed in a principle called three primes that categorizes all...
Can I use this while you're reading? We're allowed to use these, right?
Yes. I just didn't realize what you're talking about. Alchemists believed in a principle called the three primes that categorizes all matter into components of mind, body, and soul. Within alchemy, these primes are characterized by the elements of mercury, salt, and sulfur that collectively define life. To the layman, life is obviously defined by physical reality. However, he can see you from across the way.
Frickin' heck!
The page is... He can definitely see you from there.
What about now?
Oh, definitely. He can see you from, like, below because of the camera angle.
What about there?
What about where?
Like, where I was. I'm playing hide and seek with Boss, but I, like, don't want him to see me.
The closer you are to the cliff's edge, the more likely he is to see you.
There's nowhere I can hide.
To the layman, life is obviously defined by physical reality. However, the page is illegible due to the burn marks, but if you turn the page over... you turn the page over and find several dark scribbles. Mind, the consciousness, a collection of memory and experience. Body, the physical manifestation, material form bound to reality. Soul, counterpart to the mind, ego, will, emotion, individuality.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. To be continued. I'm going to message him myself. I'll never tell you. Never!
You are very much plainly visible there.
Frickin' heck! What about if I go down? Could he see me? If I go down?
It would certainly be harder to spot you.
Go down. Go down, dadgummit. Go down! Okay, I just saw another note, so let's go up to the stairwell. The
stairwell?
It's J9. Read J9.
Okay.
The ladder, I mean. Frickin' heck, I don't want him to see me. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap.
You gonna go back down to the hiding spot?
Yes, of course I am! Read J9, please!
You step up to the well hesitantly. There are a lot of terrible stories surrounding the stone structure, and no doubt more are to come. Staring into the inky black depth of the well seems to transfix you. The darkness pulsates and grows bigger when you suddenly realize how far over the edge you are leaning. You push yourself back and notice a scrap of paper hidden among the weeds. You slowly pick up the page and read. Day and month are illegible, but the year is 2019. I think I may have done something very, very wrong. Oh God, never in all my years as a researcher have I come face to face with direct confirmation of my hypothesis. I've spent countless hours collecting and archiving thousands of ghost stories and legends, only for a timeless and obscure entity on some out-of-place island to crawl out of a decrepit well, thank me for its awakening, and wander off. I'm quite shaken. The presence of this being was enough to chill me to the bone. I'm still frozen several hours later. To think that this being lay dormant within our island for who knows how long. I fear for what this means for Rosewood. I must expedite my surveillance setup, as I fear it may be necessary soon.
He'll never find me here.
You're still visible there.
Right here?
Yeah, you gotta think about it as if somebody's looking up at you, essentially, because...
What about there?
When you're...
Yeah, I see the note, okay? I freaking see the note out of the corner.
Okay, I wanted to
me
make sure. Probably not.
I said, you'll never find me. Never. Are you good?
I'm good. It just took me a second to react to that.
He's not even responding to me. Why is he stop ye!
He hasn't said anything to me in the past few minutes either.
He'll never find me alive. You'll never find me alive.
Anyways, you want to see what the journal entry is?
Yes. You'll never find me alive. You'll never find me. Never. You'll never find me alive. No. Row J5.
You finally spot a patch of dirt behind the Rosewood Manor surrounded by blue roses. You think back as to how you ended up here, and a shuddering chill runs down your back as you start to dig. What's even buried here? What is the ghost of Vincent trying to show you? After a moment, you break the surface to a wooden lockbox. Pulling it out of the sediment, you look over the artifact you've uncovered. It seems sturdy enough, but the issue is that it looks to be locked. A simple number dial is displayed up front. The dial sticks a bit as you turn them, but it seems to be functional enough. You try to unlock the box.
Number combination.
Yeah, and for sake of expediting this process, I will say that you have already seen these numbers.
The passcode.
No.
The habidash.
I don't think that you noticed them actually, but they were very much visible. And I can what, I mean, besides hiding from Softy running around the island looking for you, what in story would have prompted you to look behind the manor?
Emails? The emails.
The emails is kind of vague.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble now. Oh my god, he's right there. Oh my god! Oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Can you see me from here?
No, you're good.
Are you sure, Rebecca?
No, you're good.
Is that him?
No, because I know where he's going and he can't see you from...
Like, he really can't see me right now.
No.
I'm afraid, man. I'm freaking afraid. I'm afraid of you finding me, Softy.
Why?
Because I want to play hide and seek with the boss. As cheesy as that sounds, I really want to just not have you find me. I'm not ready. No.
Okay. So this was the email that sent you back there, right?
Uh-huh. Wait, is it in there somewhere? Oh gosh, no. I'm not excited. I'm not. I'm having way too much fun with this. I never had, like... This is either means my childhood sucked, or there wasn't enough of my childhood to have. And I didn't play hide and seek enough, obviously. I definitely didn't play hide and seek enough via MMORPG with other strangers. That's what... That's it. That's for sure it. Where is the boss? Where is he? I really want to know because I'm kind of freaking out right now. What did he say? No, tell me! You told him where I am, didn't you?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I did not tell him where you are. The rolls!
Freaking hack the rolls! Here's the freaking... Ah! Sorry.
I have headphones and you're fine.
Don't burn! Oh God, don't burn! Okay, here are the rules.
Gosh, I hope that came through on the mic.
Here are the frickin' rolls. I'm gonna put these frickin' rolls here. These, just... I'm gonna put them right here, okay?
He's probably gonna come back here next.
Oh God! Take the frickin' rolls. I gotta do things. I gotta frickin'... What did you tell him?
I didn't tell him anything!
What did you say?
I said that you're yelling because of how into this you are.
Time to leave, time to leave, time to leave. Frickin' gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Frick, heck. Oh my God.
Honestly, that's probably the best hiding spot in the whole island.
This right here?
No, where you were.
Frick!
But
Well, what if he's back there?
I mean, the downside to it is that it is a dead end. So if he goes back there, you're stuck.
So I'm screwed.
I mean,
You really can't go! Oh my gosh, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, oh
I
my
know.
gosh. Gosh, I've never feared my life more than I am in a video game right now. This freaking sucks, and I'm screwed. I'm freaking screwed, Rebecca. Freaking climb! Freaking climb! Crap, you can see me now.
yeah, you can.
I'm screwed. I'm freaking screwed. How do I get away? How do I freaking get away?
Well, if you want to go back there and look at the thing for the password for the lockbox.
Where is it?
The email!
No, but like, how do I hide from the boss? That's my main concern right now! Is hiding from the boss.
Well, there might be a couple good places, like in the museum.
Well, frick, I should have just stayed there the whole time!
Oh, keyword is might. I'm trying to think, and I'm not really coming up with it. But yeah, when you're...
God, I hope he's not down here.
Yeah, if you're running around up there, you are very visible.
What about right here?
I mean, right there, you're kind of hidden.
I'm afraid. I'm freaking afraid right now. How do I put this ladder away? Oh, well, nifty. Okay, we gotta run away. Frickin' heck, where's the boss? I'm screwed. I'm screwed. I'm frickin' screwed. Because he's gonna find me somewhere. Frickin' heck. No, we can't go that way. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god! Run away, frickin' run away from everything. And the boss too. Can't let him find me. Please don't find me. For the love of God, don't find me. For the love of God, don't find me. Where's the museum? Is it this way? It's this way, isn't it? Frickin' heck, I hope he doesn't find me. This is gonna suck. Frickin' running away. Wait, did you didn't... What is he saying to you is what I want to know.
No, I'm just laughing at how into this you are.
Okay, where should I hide? Where should I hide in the museum? Downstairs? Downstairs? Upstairs? Left, right?
Yes. Dinosaur exhibit has 3 different rooms. Fish exhibit has 3 different rooms. Though there's not really any places to hide. And there, and here, like, you might... Oh.
What the...
He saw you.
No! Where is he right now? I hate this. I just want to run away from my own boss. Wait, what is this?
This is the dinosaur exhibit in the museum.
Is this an
Hey,
exit?
hey, but now that he's seen you, you know it would be funny.
What? What?
Okay, go up.
Okay.
Go to the right. Okay, stop. Go a little bit. Okay, you see where the lines go up?
Yeah.
Go a little bit over further. A little bit. Okay, now face forward. Just stand there. Alright. Here. Let me see the controllers. There.
Boss! Hi, boss! Darn it, boss. No, run! Run! How do you run? Thank you! Okay! I'm sorry, I'm not trying to curse right now. I'm really... Up the stairs! And this way. Gosh, I hope he doesn't find me anymore, I swear. God, I'm afraid right now. God, I don't want him to find me so bad. What should I do?
No, I'll probably not stand up there.
God. Oh god. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Holy crap. Where should I go?
Where should you go?
I'm afraid now!
I don't think he's in the dinosaur exhibit anymore.
No, I'm not cursing. No. Which way? Is that an exit? Is that a freaking exit?
No. The only exit is the way
Frickin' wait. Which way? Tell me which way to go. Oh my gosh! He's right there! Oh god. Oh god! No! Sucks.
He's just walking up to you!
I don't care!
But anyways,
He wants me to
he wants you to finish his story.
So he can change his island back to the way it was.
What?
So he can change the island back to the way it was.
What?
Before Rosewood. Oh no, I missed the boss. I want him to come back. Boss, where did you go? I swear I'm not bipolar. I really wanted to hide from you for the
No,
longest
it's
time.
just 2 a.m. That's all it is. It's 2 a.m.
Wait a second. What was I doing?
What were you doing?
The museum.
Nope, you went to the museum to hide. Purely to hide.
That's right, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! The manor.
The lockbox, specifically.
The numbers? I don't understand. How am I supposed to see numbers up in this piece?
Yeah.
Man, no, I'm gonna hiccup. Now we are going to look at this. Oh, I found it. 062043. Yeah, I wasn't looking that hard at this message at the time at all.
I know.
How rude.
How rude.
Why can't I do that? Dadgummit. Is it the dead body I've always wanted? Is it the dead body? It's a backstory. You managed to get the combination correct in the lockbox. Inside you see a series of old, worn letters, many of which are damaged, and a photo.
I just landed on the beautiful island of Rosewood. They stationed me here to help refuel the planes and ships that come through, and to be honest, it's pretty dull. I heard the war's gotten pretty bad out there. I hope you're doing okay. Oh, I found a really creepy mirror today. Had this weird section of music with music notes scratched into it and a series of notes on the back. I'm not really a music guy, so I wrote it out to give to Roy. I don't know what it means, but at least the mirror looks cool. I drew a little bird on it.
The mirror in Haley's house.
January 1st, 1943. Happy New Year! New Year's here is pretty fun as the guys like to hang around and drink, so things have been really picking up here. Turns out Rosewood is a very popular flight path between all these islands around us. Well, to be specific, something is happening to the plains above March 22nd, 1943. It's spring on Rosewood, and the whole island is absolutely covered with flowers. I'm not exaggerating here, it is swamped in every single color I could possibly imagine. Spring also means hiking, so at least I have that to look forward to. The boys have been talking about a lot of spooky things about Rosewood, but I don't think it's true. That's June 20th, 1943. Things have gotten very bad. Ships are docking that are severely damaged. The war isn't anywhere closer to us, and the sailors are frightened beyond belief. I don't believe in sea monsters, but the way they tell them stories is downright spooky. That's not the only thing either. Ken, Charlie, Roy, and I were hiking in the woods, and we found this old well. I had a bad feeling about it, but the boys just kept being rowdy around the darn thing. That's when Ken pushed Charlie into it. I know he didn't mean it, but I don't think I'll ever forget the sound of his head cracking on the stone and the scream that followed him down the well. Roy and I just stared in shock. We couldn't move. Then that idiot Ken tried to throw himself down there too. We ran to that moron and barely made it. June 29th, 1943. I don't think I'm going to live much longer. That thing from the well is following me. It got Roy and Ken. I can feel it in my mind and it whispers things. I'm so hungry. There's nowhere to hide on an island. It wants my body. It says it needs it. I'll just stay here and wait. I won't go without a fight. Oliver.
Okay,
You turn the page over and find more scribbles.
Okay, but I'm thinking here, like, since Rosewood's known to have things happen to it, like, and maybe even bring things to life, it's Charlie's body. Or Charlie's, like, undead or something, or...
I'm sorry, but I missed the beginning of that, and now nothing that you're saying makes sense. What?
Really let me down. I'm just messing along. No, I'm saying, so Ken pushed Charlie into the well, right? Mm-hmm. His head got done cracked.
Mm-hmm, he did.
So, but I'm thinking, Rosewood's known to have weird things happen to it. And, like, at the beginning of part 2, in one of the journals, didn't it say, like one of the researchers, someone said, like, this, or the island's known to, like, you know, have things, like, bring it back to life or something like that?
Like evanescence.
What? Like what? Did you just say, like, evanescence? Wow. Not like that, but... yeah. Anyway, I was thinking that maybe Charlie, like, is undead now, even though, like, he died. But, or maybe, like, whatever was...
He's undead.
What?
That was my zombie impression. Did you like it?
Yeah. Either Charlie's undead and, like, he's lost all, like, he's just, like, become this monster, or whatever was down there in the well has now used his body to, you know, just for, like, vessel purpose. Does that make sense? Well, this is just getting creepier and creepier.
You turn the page over and find more scribbles.
Right. Do you hear the knock? Oh my gosh, that's creepy. Haley was all like, do you hear the knocking? Oh no, not the knocking again. Not the knocking! Alright, so should we go to Haley's house and look at the mirror and stuff? Because that was the encryption on the back of the mirror though, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
no,
it's...
That's the engravings on the mirror.
So C-A-G-E-D. Caged. It's good to be a musician that can read musical notes. Basic music theory. What? What?
No, it just sounded like you were rubbing in his face.
Yeah, I am.
Do you want to go back to Haley's house for roleplay purposes, or do you want to just do this from here?
Let's do it from here.
Okay.
For time purposes.
You press in the notes on the mirror and feel a hidden compartment open. Inside you see a scrap of paper. Mossy stone will guide you through the path carved within the cliffside. A new perspective may assist.
What?
And then you have this as well.
Time to Naruto run.
Okay, so you probably don't remember this, but they're...
Yeah, the mossy stone up at the park. Is that what you were going to say?
Not at all.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, you may not remember this, but in Haley's house, there's a small radio set next to the bed.
Yeah.
So, looking over the scrap, you hear the sound of feedback suddenly squeal from the radio next to you. After a moment of silence, you hear a voice start to emanate from the radio.
No, not more creepy. No. Yes.
Hello? Hello?
I'm not sure if this can reach anyone. I'm not sure where I am. Everything looks the same, but no one's here. I don't know why I'm talking to myself. It helps a bit, I guess. So I guess I'm still in Rosewood. At least somewhere that looks like Rosewood. It's very unsettling. Like I don't even hear the ocean. The absence of the sounds of the ocean really just puts me on edge. Especially when I was walking around looking desperately for anyone else. There's no wind either. Or birds. Even the sounds of my feet seem to be muffled as I walk. Like, I see the waves crashing along the shore and yet not a sound. I probably shouldn't scare myself more than I already am. Okay, so I'm sitting in my house. Well, it looks like my house. It seems a bit older. My other house? In the other Rosewood? Funnily enough, I don't hear the knocking in my other wardrobe. I think that's how I got here, actually. Something pulled me through, I think. It wouldn't stop knocking, and I guess it pulled me through. Oh, actually, I think the lighthouse made noise. I'm going to go check that out.
That wasn't horrible at all. Like,
Oh, was that your first time listening to it?
yeah, actually. Because I hate listening to myself at all. And I wanted to just give it... Softy made me do 2 takes.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was my first time listening to my voice part. Oh, it sounds like... I sound like pretty good, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good job.
My mom was right when she's like, you need to change your inflection. It sounds monotone. Leave it to mom to, give direction. You good, fam?
Yeah, I'm good. I was a burp.
Stupid log. Stupid 2 logs. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Fire. Yeah, I can't move it.
You can't move anything.
No one knew that. Okay, but like... this one?
It's this one. Yeah.
I knew it. I'll figure this out.
It's this one.
Okay, what am I supposed to be looking at? Literally. What am I looking at here? What is the cliffside supposed to be like? Well, frick, I can't even go to Softy's house if I wanted to.
No, you can.
What?
This is how you get there.
Ladder time. Ladder? Ladder it is! Awkward tacos. What the flipping heck? What? Well, I really do need the camera for this. I can't see. Or do I? No, I don't. I'm fine. Smooth there, Softy. Very smooth.
Yeah, when I was talking about when you saw him earlier, and you were like, "Oh, no, he's gonna see me," and I was like, "No, where he's going, he won't be able to." That's because he was going down back that way. Like, I was surprised you didn't notice that he used a ladder and went down over the side.
No, I'm not that smart. So over here?
Is it?
What do you mean? Is it?
You're asking me.
What am I supposed to be?
Well, I mean, you have a ladder, don't you?
I mean, Yeah, I do. What?
There's
What?
nothing there.
Okay. Well then, what's the purpose of it can't go down that way. So yeah, it would have to be.
I mean, there's no shrubs there, probably because they were too awkward to try and put there.
I guess I'm going to Sophie's house. Or Vincent's house.
Is that what were you just asking me if this was if you were supposed to go to Vincent's house, or?
Yeah!
Well, that's where it's leading you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So... I don't understand the question.
No, you're fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all very fine.
But yeah, see, you can't see back there from here.
That is a good hiding spot.
Mm-hmm. Won't be once I finish this video, though.
What?
Actually, it won't be a good hiding spot once I finish this video, though.
Why do you say that?
Because then he'll know about it. I mean, he obviously does already know
Delete
about
this.
it, but then he
I'm
will...
just messing. Maybe he'll forget about it later and he won't continuously watch this video over and over again. Like I did the first video that you did of me, and I watched it like 5 times. I couldn't stop laughing. That was so funny. Illuminati confirmed! Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
J7!
J7!
You step inside the mansion knowing exactly what to expect. Rusted metal bars, dirt flooring, rooms that defy the laws of physics. However, instead of all those things, you see a giant foyer with stone tile and curtains draped over every single wall. Your steps echo as you walk across the room to a large symbol drawn on the floor. A circle within a square within a triangle within another circle. The longer you stare at it, the more your head feels like it's filled with static. You decide to move on. Stepping forward, you almost slip on a sheet of paper that was underneath you. You bend down to pick up the paper and read. It's awake again. I think it needs me to be whole. There's a gap in my memory and my head is filled with noise. It makes it difficult to try and piece things together. I saw my body crawl out of the well. It pulled itself out over the stone and fell into the dirt. I didn't know what to do. I just sat there, frozen in fear. It looked nothing like my body, just a thin, emaciated form, but I just knew. I stepped forward. I don't know why, but I guess I was hoping I could reunite with it. Then I heard the sound of someone coming. I'm not sure why, but I hid just in case. That's when I saw Ethan. He calmly walked to my body and started to inspect it. I wanted to tell him that it was me, that I was still alive, but I'm not too sure if I could still trust him. I watched him for a bit, and he ended up walking away. I knew this was my chance to get my body, and the opportunity was perfect. I was almost there when that thing showed up, and it took my body. It just pulled it into itself, and all I could do was watch in horror as my body disappeared into it. Is that thing me, or am I it now? Ever since then, I feel like I'm losing myself, like I'm falling apart. Unsure of the whole meaning of this journal entry, you leave the foyer, carefully watching your step.
Carefully watching my step, like I can't go in.
You're sure you don't slip on any more paper?
Is that really it? Or is it like Illuminati confirmed because
You're holding the controller backwards.
Yes, I know. Like you don't want to step right in the middle of this because it'll start. I mean, it can't happen in the game because
considering that you almost slip on a sheet of paper, it's probably to make sure you don't slip on any more paper.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the reason. I'm tired, dude. I'm sorry. This is what you got.
The caffeine's kicking in for me.
Oh, it's those symbols on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, we left the lights on.
Okay, these like weird symbols are on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Stop and whatever that is. Holy flip! It's the Illuminati circle rug. Yeah, those are like. It's a pentagram. It's a pentagram? Is that a pentagram?
It's called a magic circle rug.
Don't you guys... I mean, don't they use those to like...
I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly that. Dude, it's the exact same thing in the exact same room. It literally is the same. What are you playing at, Salty? And J8.
I mean, aside from J8, I'm pretty sure you found all of them. Well, I mean, obviously now you found J8 as well, but...
It's the room. It's the frickin' room.
It is. You step into the back room and are greeted with a hollowing sight. The Red Room. Your head instantly feels like it's caught in a vice. Clutching your temple, you lock eyes with the deer statue mounted on the wall. As you stare at the figure, your eyes start to blur. The room begins to stretch, and the bars fade away. The statue seems to grow in size as you start to step forward unwillingly. In a moment of clarity, you violently shake your head, trying to release yourself from a strange trance. You stand there catching your breath and trying your best not to look at that statue again. With labored breath, you look around the room. It's almost the same as your vision, except there are stone tablets topped with roses and odd symbols spread across the floor. Looking a bit closer, you see that each symbol has an indentation. You push one in and hear a distinct click. Pressing in a few more symbols sets off a series of clicking, but nothing happens. These symbols also match others within the manor, so maybe there are clues as to the correct order. You also notice a page tucked away in the corner of the room. Picking up the faded page, you notice dozens and dozens of all symbols. Strange. It looks to be a modified version of the Pigpen cipher, and on the back you see symbols that match the ones on the floor. For mercury, salt, sulfur, lead, tin, iron, gold, and antimony, and silver.
You know what this tells
Maybe
me?
once you have everything figured out, you can solve the puzzle. What?
Just by seeing these symbols, I'm like, Saki both is a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood fan, and he also likes Sailor Moon. So, yeah. Alrighty, so what puzzle am I solving here? Am I solving this, the one with the picture?
Well, solving this may help you to solve this.
So should I just
Do them in order, I guess.
Pigpen cipher it out? Let's go.
Okay, so do you remember this?
Oh, so those were some of
So
the
that-
letters.
Yes.
Okay. What means?
So if you can figure out how these would correlate in this, then you can figure out the rest of the cipher and figure out what this is super easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my best, Rebecca. Again, I'm so tired.
This puzzle also requires knowledge of Animal Crossing that you don't normally have. I just realized that. No.
I can't do this.
No, I'm saying like once you... No, you can do this perfectly fine without any knowledge.
Okay, well, this first A doesn't have a line through it, so I don't even know what letter that would be.
That's not an A. That's a symbol.
H.
Nope. Close.
It doesn't look like an I.
Sure.
I?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's I, because you gotta... E.
Nope.
What do you mean?
It's not me. An E is a square with a vertical dash in it.
Hmm.
That's a square with a horizontal dash in it.
Ooh, N.
Mm-hmm.
Valiant. T. Wait.
Yep.
Yeah. H.
Nope.
No. E.
Nope.
No, wait.
That's one of these.
Oh, U.
Mm-hmm.
Statue. Valiant statue. Statues. Doesn't make any sense, no.
Yeah, but there's 4 letters in that word, isn't there?
Yeah. Face. Oh, the valiant statues face the truth. Where?
Not where. But WH is correct.
While? Valiant statues face the truth while liars. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Turn.
Mm-hmm.
Turn there.
Mm-hmm.
Backs.
And then you'll need these for So valiant statues face the truth, while liars always turn their backs.
The flowers.
Oh yeah,
Arcade.
also the flowers. Did it not mention the flowers? I'm pretty sure it mentioned the flowers.
Are all those flowers representative of somebody?
Oh yeah, it's almost the same as your vision, except they're stone tablets topped with roses and nonsense. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta solve the puzzle.
The roses are important, but they don't represent somebody.
No, they don't represent an individual?
No.
Then what am I supposed to figure out? Might be this.
I haven't been in all the other rooms in the mansions. In the mansion, there's only one mansion.
I'm in the mansion.
So right now you're looking for something to tell you what symbols to press and in what order to press them.
We're going from left to right. So red's first, then purple, then black, and then blue.
Yep.
As far as symbols go, I don't understand how you figure that out.
Okay, so this is the bit that does require some Animal Crossing knowledge. So go back to the other room. And simply by virtue of explaining that this is a thing that exists, it's just how it is. Okay, so the statue sitting here in the middle of the room is called a valiant statue.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that when you get art in this game, it's possible that it could be fake art. That this goes for statues as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand, dude. Like, they could be fake.
They could be. There are guides and such online of like how to oops. I forgot to take that down. There are guides online of like how to tell apart like what the real art is from the fake art.
Mm.
So that's the difference between real and a fake.
Okay.
So she's got her right leg forward, so that's a real statue. So that would mean that she's facing the truth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans, man. So, Mercury. Alright, this is the purple flower. I think this is either iron or salt. Yeah.
Just do that.
No,
Nice.
I was trying to...
Oh, you're on the last puzzle.
Yes. Yes. I am on the last puzzle.
I forget what the song is called.
Wait a second.
Oh no, it is tension.
This is facing the other... This is the other leg, so it's fake. There's no... It's fake. It's her right leg's out. So it's fake.
So what does that mean?
There's no answer? So...
If valiant statues face the truth while liars always turn their backs.
Okay, so the other symbol behind the statue is the one.
Do you remember what the order is?
What do you mean?
What the order of the words is? Where does this fall in the answer?
Like red, blue, red, purple. Let me go back to the room.
Well, the answer for blue is tin in that case. So if you find out what the answer is, I'll put in tin wherever blue is. Red, purple, black, blue.
Oh, it's black, not brown?
Yeah, it's black.
That's not right.
So that means that tin is the last one.
I gotta go see what purple's all about.
Which I believe is in the basement.
Where's the basement? Oh, duh. I'm too tired for this, man. I'm fading like nobody's business. I was so hype, and now you can tell I'm like...
Yep. And I was so dead, and now I am hype.
How can you do this?
It's the caffeine. Should have got yourself some tea.
And... whatever that silver. That looks like red.
Hmm?
That flower's red, man.
No, that's purple.
What?
You have the flower. You have the order correct. But I do believe the liar may have fooled you.
Who'd be fooling? You're the liar? Is it the order that's messed up?
No, you have the order right.
The symbols were wrong. Change red from mercury to silver.
Why? Silver's the second one.
Oh wait, no, that was purple just now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was purple?
Silver.
Let's go back up to the stairs again. Okay. That's definitely that one.
Yeah. Which is 10.
That's right.
So that's already...
Yeah.
That's already...
Yeah. Okay. So the red one is mercury. Well then, what the flip, dude?
There's one more that you haven't double checked yet.
The purple one?
Nope.
The brown, the black one.
The black one.
Okay, so, really though, it's not, it's not, salt, it's sulfur. Let's go!
You hear a series of clicking and a radio falls from the ceiling.
What?
Let's see. Where did I put that file?
That Daniel's voice?
So, you're the thing that's ruining my wall. What do you want?
You are poking your nose where it doesn't belong, Ethan.
I thought you went back to sleep. You got your prey?
Are you suggesting that Vincent was prey?
You killed him?
No. I am Vincent.
What?
Well, to be more precise, Vincent is us. We are parts to a whole.
I'm not sure I understand.
We do want Vincent back. We removed him from his physical form, but his soul was harder to grasp. And I was, until his body crawled back out of the well.
It was Vincent's.
Oh, of course. They tend to escape every now and then. Human tenacity, I guess. No, we're not concerned about him at the moment.
So, if you're not looking for Vincent, then why are you here?
Oh no, we are still looking for him. He hid himself somewhere. But there is something else.
Something else?
Yes. There are others who are stealing our prey.
There are more of you?
Not quite. There are many entities who reside within Rosewood. They don't realize they are starving her.
Her?
Rosewood, Ethan. She hungers, and I must feed her.
Why are you telling me this?
Oh, Ethan. Solely because you are useful to us. Learn about the monsters that Rosewood attracts. Lure them out. Let me eat them. Appease her and live to see another day, Doctor.
I'm not killing anybody for you.
We shall see, Ethan. We shall see.
Damn it. What am I going to do?
Wow, man. What a good job, my dude. Daniel, man. What a good voice. not only are you good at that one, you have, like, honed in on Dr. Jacobs, you do a good Hiccup Haddock, and you do a good Shaggy Rogers from Scooby-Doo. Right on. Right on. Man, I am gone.
Congratulations, you beat part 2.
Woohoo!
Yay!
That's great. I'm sorry.
Oh.
What?
Nope, it's time to look for Softy. Start running through your flowers.
Run through all of his flowers. Darn you,
No,
Softy.
I'm not gonna run through all his flowers.
I would.
I know you would. That's why you're not. That's why I have the controllers.
There it is. So we found you. She found you. Picture taken.
Yeah. Congratulations, you finished Rosewood.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Booyah!
Looking forward to part 3. Hey Connor,
What?
this is 5 hours long.
What?